Hey everyone, this is George Moore, owner of Moore's Sewing Center in Southern California. And are you ready for another Black Friday presentation? This time it's all about Quilters Select. So attention quilters, we've got something for you. And I have a very special guest, Jennifer Jiggis from R&K, which she is actually overseeing all of R&K, which is, of course, Floriani, Embellish, and Quilters Select. And before I bring Jennifer in, I want to offer you a chance to win a prize. And so we're actually giving away this ruler rack. It actually holds several rulers, and that's what we're going to be talking about with Quilters Select is their wonderful rulers. And this has a retail value of $49.99, and it could be yours if you like, share, or comment. And we're going to give away all of our prizes. I mean, you'll see on our website, we've got all kinds of prizes during Black Friday. We're going to post them on our Facebook page, the winners, after the sale. And so without any more delay, let's bring Jennifer in. Hey, Jennifer.
Hey, George, thank you so much for having me. And thank you everyone for watching. And as George mentioned, you can win fabulous prizes just by doing what you're already doing. Like, comment, share, and watch through this video to the end. So since George was giving away a prize, I feel like I should give away a prize too. So I hear all of you out there saying, yes, yes, more prizes, right? Awesome. So I would like to offer you all the opportunity to win at no additional charge, just like, comment, or share, a copy of Design and Quilt software. This is your virtual design wall. You will never waste a piece of fabric again. So like, comment, or share. This has a retail value of $7.99 and could be yours today for doing what you're doing.
Wow. Now, you said something, never have to waste fabric. I don't know of a quilter that ever wastes fabric. I've seen even the smallest piece of fabric used for something.
What I really meant was inadvertently waste it, cut it incorrectly, or not have your project turn out the way that you are envisioning in your head.
That's so true. Okay, so a Quilters Select. So kind of tell us where that whole brand, where it came from.
Absolutely. So Quilters Select is sort of the brainchild of Alex Anderson. Some of you may have heard of Alex. So she has been a very key person in the quilting industry for a number of years, and she has a passion for the beginning quilter in particular. And so she was away on a retreat. She ran out of an applique product. She purchased something from our Floriani line, and sort of a relationship was born from there. And so all of the products in the line have been endorsed by Alex, approved by Alex. And she really, again, has that heart for the quilter and wants to make sure that everything in this line that has her name on it is a practical, excellent product.
Yeah, and I've met her a couple of times, and she's amazing. I mean, she really, her whole, every thought is about quilting and quilters. I mean, she's an amazing teacher. So I use Quilters Select product a lot. Now, what people can't see is I've got my studio here, but on the outside is where I cut a lot of fabric to do videos, and my wife calls me controlled chaos. So I'm not the most organized person, but I am. I know where everything is, but I know where my Quilters Select product is. And so before I show you a few things, because I'm going to bring you back in, you've put together a couple really amazing packages for Black Friday, which is awesome. But I want to say that all of our Quilters Select product, there's mats, rulers, cutting tools. There's also thread. There's a stabilizer. Everything is, for the most part, on our website, and you can save an additional 10%, up to $300 on your purchase using our special coupon code Black Friday 10. And so it's not just the packages we're going to show, it's going to be the individual items. And so I'm going to start, and I'm going to share with my personal favorite things about the Quilters Select products, and then we'll come back to you, Jennifer, and you can share the amazing bundles you put together.
You got it.
All right. So let's go ahead. Let me talk about the cutting system. First of all, this is a mat that I have in my studio. Now, sometimes I'm actually in a loft here, and sometimes it's hot, sometimes it's cold, and sometimes I forget to place this right, and it's all, you think it's warped, but it bends back. This thing is so resilient. I love the cutting mat. It's a self-healing mat. It has two sides, a dark side and a light side. And it also, everything is measured where it has numbering in both directions here. So I think we have a close-up to show you the numberage. So it's really wonderful. And then the rulers, okay, so the rulers are, I'm going to talk about the fact that they are non-slip rulers, but I love the fact that the numbering is the same and it's see-through enough. And so when we look at this here, and I've got a close-up here, I can show how wonderfully I can line up those numbers. And so see, part of it is just the rhythm of cutting. And so that is so important. Now, the rotary cutter, okay, the rotary cutter is weighted, okay? So it has some substance to it. It's not heavy to lift, but it has some substance when you're cutting. I like the fact it's ambidextrous, meaning I can cut with these. I'm not lefty, but I'm using that, okay? I also can open it up just by a little button and close it. I love that. But more importantly is that it has this little lever right here. We have a close-up of that. And so if I just pull that lever, now I can change that blade. I don't have to work with a washer. It's just so easy. And I actually just changed the blades for my presentation because I've been doing a lot of cutting, okay? And so what's the deal? Okay, let's take this here, and I'm going to bring some fabric here. And so what I do is I do a lot of cutting of small pieces to demonstrate sewing machines. And so, you know, I'm taking this here. Look at this. Look at how I can take this, and I have no, I mean, can your ruler do this? Because the benefit of this is that when I cut, okay, I can just take this here, square it up. There we go. Okay, so now I have a straight edge here. I can line that up, okay? But I wouldn't line up that way, right? I'm not going to do this. I do it this way, okay? And so that's what's really cool about this here is I can take this and boom. Okay, so easy. Okay, and so that's really cool. Now, a lot of things too is I sometimes work with thick fabric. Okay, and so here is several layers of fleece. Okay, so I love this 60mm ruler. So again, all these items are on sale on our website, but this is amazing. And so I have a close-up of me cutting multiple layers of this this fleece. And let's fold up the fabric here again. And I'm showing that video of look how thick this is and how thick it cuts. So the point I might make about that is that a lot of times I'm taking this and I'm cutting strips, but I want to cut a lot of thickness at one time. But what I like about the rulers is that there are a lot of different sizes. And so what I have here, I'm using a 6-inch, this I think this is 6x24, or excuse me, 6x18. No, 6x24, and then a 6x6 because I cut the strips. But look at this here. I want to take this here and put this down. So I already cut it 6-inch, and now let's put this here, and I'll go ahead and use the thick one here. Oh, boom. Okay, there. And then I wanted 6x6-inch squares, so I can do that till the cows come home. I don't know where that saying came, but obviously the cows were not home one day, and they came home. Okay, so we got that, and boom. So I love Quilters Select product. And so, again, all our Quilter Select products are on sale at the lowest price possible that's set by the manufacturer. And then during Black Friday, use the coupon code BlackFriday10 to save an additional 10% on your purchases up to $300. Okay, so that's what I like about this. Now, let's bring Jennifer back in. And will you put together a special package, and it was 2 packages. Okay, one is called Pretty in Pink, and I know one of those items has my other favorite thing, and I didn't tell you that I was going to do this here, but I know you are going to show something that's similar to this, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep, very similar.
And so this is called, what is this called?
That is the 14x14 cutting and pressing board, and everyone needs to have one of those. And so when we take a look at the 2 bundles that have been put together, this is something you most definitely want to use that Black Friday 10 coupon code in order to go with the bundles.
Okay, so I got to share why I need this. Okay, I was finding that I was cutting up pieces, like I would demonstrate piecing on a sewing machine, and I wouldn't have an ironing board handy. And so it's like, oh, I don't want to go downstairs to do this here. So this is awesome because what I love is I use my ruler. I can cut my fabric, okay, like in the pieces, and then turn it over, and then I can press it and just get that nice crisp corner. I use this all the time. And so we have this on our website, but the one that you're going to be showing is a special color because the first package is called Pretty in Pink. Okay, so I'll give it over to Jennifer.
I put these bundles together specifically for you, George. But I have to say, as a quilter myself, I also wanted to make sure that these were bundles that made sense, that everything worked together well to give you a nice, well-rounded package. So the Pretty in Pink, I believe that things can be functional and beautiful at the same time. And I love having a nice grouping of products that is it's beautiful when I walk into my sewing space. And this particular grouping of products also gives you everything that you need if you are first getting started so that you have a nice, well-rounded grouping. And George talked quite a bit about the rotary cutter and why he loved it, but I want to show you something brand new. So with the Pretty in Pink bundle, not only are you getting the 45 millimeter rotary cutter, which is the most popular rotary cutter. I think every quilter has one of these in their arsenal once they've been quilting for at least, a month, or once you've gotten through your first project. But we have recently introduced into the Quilters Select line titanium rotary blades. These are absolutely amazing. And so what is the benefit? Well, if you can see them close up, you'll see that they almost have a little bit of an oil slick or a rainbow look to them. They remind me of unicorns. But more importantly, they cut so smoothly. They are a little bit more, or they are significantly more durable. They're going to last longer, a little bit stronger of a blade. So we have included those blades in the bundle. So it's your 45 millimeter rotary cutter, your titanium unicorn colored blades. We also have 4 rulers in the line, or in this particular grouping. So there's a 3.5 inch square with that non-slip coating on the back side. This is one of those rulers I gravitate towards with a lot of the projects that I stitch through. I find it's a little bit easier to navigate or to manage than a 2.5 inch square. And by the way, your 3.5 inch square is also a 2.5, a 1.5, etc. So this is a 3.5 inch square. I forgot. Within this line of rulers, what we have done is we feel like it is always more fun to quilt with partners. And so the rulers in this grouping, the Pretty in Pink grouping, were done in partnership with Poppy Cotton Fabric. So it has the beautiful Poppy Cotton logo on here, and they're in what I call Poppy Cotton Pink. So it's the 3.5 inch ruler, the 12.5 inch ruler, the 6.5 by 12 inch ruler, and then your 6.5 by 24. So the sizes that are most commonly used in all of our quilt projects. So those are part of that bundle. And then George mentioned that 14 by 14 mat size. So there's a pink 14 by 14 mat that is also part of this bundle. So this is the Pretty in Pink. It is available to you today. And George, do you want to tell them a little bit more about the special savings on this bundle?
Okay, so I have to say, you have that ruler, the holder, the rack. Is that part of that?
This one is not part of the bundle, but I am sure that you have them on sale for Black Friday.
We do. I just want to mention that the base is on sale, and so you can go to our website. Plus, you get to save an additional 10% if you use coupon code Black Friday 10. Okay, and so I want to go back to that mat. The cutting mat is 14 by 14, but that's not that reversible with the wool.
Correct. This is your traditional 14 by 14. So this is a great one to have. Honestly, I keep a mat this size beside my sewing machine because sometimes I need to do some little bits of trimming. I keep my wool press mat by my ironing station. And then I have a second one of the wool press and cut mat because it's a nice size I am one of those crazy people that also does handwork. So I keep one in the living room so that when I'm doing handwork in the evening, it's durable and you can pin into it. So it's great for that too.
Okay, so I'm going to throw a loop here. We didn't even talk about this, okay? And you'll test.
Okay.
What is the off the top of your head? What is the retail price
It's
of
right
this?
about $99.
$99. This is
Yeah.
the okay, and that's the retail, and the sale price is right around like
75.
80, 75. Okay, so keep that in mind. Okay, and of course you can we can use coupon code, so that's another 10% off of that. That's fancy math, so that's $68 with a coupon code. Rough math. Okay, someone's gonna say you said 68. I said rough math around that. Okay, so I'm gonna do something really special here. Okay, the Pretty in Pink bundle, which you can go to the website and see everything that's listed. That again, I'm not gonna make you repeat it. Has a retail value of $284.93. It's on sale for $175.99. Use coupon code Black Friday 10 to save another 10% up to $300. Now I'm trying to do math in my head as I'm talking. So 175, another $18. Okay, so that's about 158-ish. Okay, so 158. Okay, so 42 more dollars would be 199.99 with everything. Okay, no coupon code on this. We're going to have a new special off the top of our head, 199.99 net. That means no coupon code on that. Is Pretty in Pink plus George. Okay,
Plus
what
George,
that is,
I like that.
that is, I'm going to include this. Okay, all right, and so that means that we're adding that plus this. Okay, and so my web team is going to go crazy. Why did he do this? Now we have them two bundles, but I honestly thought that this was included with it, but in pink. But I misunderstood. So I want people to get everything, and everybody out there is going, man, that's crazy, because you're thinking that's a good price, isn't it?
It is amazing. And actually what I'm thinking is one for me and one for a gift.
Yeah. So you and I are gonna have to talk after this. Is how you're gonna make me whole on this with this special.
Absolutely. I'm sure we can figure something out.
Okay. So again, Pretty in Pink, that special is $175.99, and you can save an extra 10% on that bundle, Black Friday 10. But Pretty in Pink plus George is $199.99. Bottom price. Okay, so no additional discount. All right. So now enough of that. I'm going to stay on script now, Jennifer. Okay. Really, this is crazy. So next, I had you put together your favorites. Okay, so I want to have you go through your favorite Quilter Select products, and then we'll come back with the special.
Okay,
we'll take it to
Jennifer. I sort of feel like we should change the name of the Pretty in Pink bundle to our improv quilting bundle.
Nice.
In our favorites. Now, I love all of the products in the line, and so it was really hard to narrow it down to, my favorites for this video. These are, again, items that every quilter needs to have in their arsenal, but I would also call it sort of my bare bones take to a class type grouping. So what have we got? I have a ruler rack. Now you may notice that my box is orange. George's box was blue. The ruler rack comes in two different sizes. And by sizes, what I'm referring to are the notches. So if you are starting out your collection of ruler racks, there's a 6mm and a 3mm. 3mm holds your traditional size rulers. The 6 will hold your traditional, and it will hold your machine quilting rulers. So if you are feeling in the season of the holiday and you're going to be purchasing your bundle, I would get the bundle and I would add a second ruler rack. I keep one by the cutting station. I keep one by my machine. Truth be told, I also have 2 more up on my shelf. So the ones on the cutting table are the ones I'm using right now. By the machine are the ones I need for trimming and my machine quilting rulers. And then the overflow is on the shelf. So what else is included in this bundle besides the ruler rack? Your 45mm rotary cutter is included, and those wonderful titanium blades that I talked about are part of this bundle. Glue stick. Why a glue stick? Well, sometimes we want to baste something even when we're doing traditional piecing. If you are looking to really get perfect points and you're working on a project that has a lot of intersections, your glue stick is going to be your best friend. It also works very well if you are attaching binding by machine. If you are doing what I call traditional machine applique, it's a nice way to hold little applique pieces together, or if you're doing something like a Dresden plate type of a quilt. So it goes on yellow, it dries clear, and it dries quickly. So you don't have a lot of time that you have to wait for it to dry in between your adhering or applying it to your fabric and it fusing or holding. We've included a ruler handle. Why? Well, if you notice when George was using that ruler, it does grip the fabric. And so this speeds along the process just a little bit when you're cutting by giving you something to grip and to move that ruler around. Also, there are times when we don't position our ruler 100% perfectly on our fabric, and we want to be able to wiggle it just a tiny bit. So that handle is going to help you with that. Also in the bundle, we have our 3-inch by 12-inch ruler. This is a great one for, of course, smaller strips. It's also a nice one if you're doing half square triangles, what I call the traditional method, where you're marking lines through your fabric, and then you need to go back to cut. This is a good one for marking those lines, and it's also a good one for going back to trim. Also included is the 6.5 by 12. So both of these are great sizes to take with you if you're going to a class or to a retreat, because you can cut most fabric strips with these two rulers, and you can also go ahead and do your cross cuts with the rulers as well and not have to pack quite so many with you. What we didn't mention is they are numbered from both sides, so they are true right and left-handed rulers. But also sometimes I will pick my ruler up and I'm not really paying attention to which direction it goes. And it's not that critical because your numbering is going in multiple directions. It does, the rulers do feature multiple angles on them as well. And then what I refer to as sight lines. So you'll notice when you look at your rulers that not all of the lines are solid. And the reason for that is to give you better visibility when it's on your fabric so that you're more accurate with your cuts. We've also included the 3-in-1 ruler. Now this, I do have to say, is one of, if the logo the right way, one of the most, has the most uses of any of the rulers in our line. I was trying to think of a better word, but its original intent was to give you a ruler to cut quarter square triangles, half square triangles, and then there is a 6.5-inch square at this end. So you almost could get away with just this one ruler when you're going to a variety of classes and workshops. It takes the math out of cutting your quarter and your half square triangle units. And because you're cutting them individually versus some of those other techniques where you're cutting 4, 8, 16 at a time, you know what direction your fabric is going to be heading, and you don't have the waste that's associated with some of those other cutting methods. The triangle ends are notched, so they're going to go together faster and more accurately, and it eliminates one more step in trimming those units. It also can be used for mitering, and it can be used flat out just as a trimming ruler as well. On the back of the packaging for this particular ruler, for all the rulers, but this one in particular, there's a QR code that will take you to a video and instructions on exactly how to use this ruler. And this piece is the instructions for this particular piece are part of that instructional information. So bonus material there for you. So let's see, did I hit everything? Oh, and also the mat. I missed several things here. I got so excited about that 3-in-1 ruler. The bundle includes an 18 by 24-inch mat. As George pointed out, they are double-sided. So not only do you have that light and that dark side, depending on the fabrics that you're cutting, but your rulers, your mats are going to last twice as long, right? Because they're double-sided. Everyone needs a pincushion to keep those sharp items close at hand. It can be used either as a sit on your space type of a pincushion, or it does have a wrist strap, so you can keep it conveniently located if you are one of those people doing handwork. 2 spools of thread, a 60 and an 80 weight thread. When you are machine piecing, in order to get the strongest seam with the finest finish, meaning it's not taking up a lot of room, there's not a lot happening with the turn of the cloth because the thread is taking up space in the seams, I strongly recommend, as does Alex, a 60 weight thread in the needle and an 80 weight thread in the bobbin. It's going to give you a strong, durable seam that does not take up a lot of space. So all of a sudden, your piecing is going to be much more accurate because you're using some finer threads in your projects. Did we cover everything? Yes. So it's the rulers, the mat, the ruler holder, your pin cushion, your thread, everything needed to get started. And do we have just a moment?
You have all the time you need.
Okay. Oh, we could be at this all day.
Uh-oh, wait, maybe not.
Just kidding. All right. So those of you that are thinking half square triangles, quarter square triangles, what is that? A half square triangle is exactly what it says, right? It's 2 triangles that make up a square. Your quarter square triangle is exactly what it says. It's 1/4 of, it's a triangle that takes up 4 to make a square. So these are the units that are cut with that ruler. Okay. So how do we do that? You know what your pattern will tell you what the finished size of your square should be. So let's pretend it's 4 inches. So 4 inches, we need a seam allowance, 4.5. You're going to cut a 4.5 inch strip of fabric. I have already done that for us. So here's our 4.5 inch strip of fabric. And then we would take our half square triangle ruler, lay it down with its straight side here, and then we'd cut along that angle, rotate and cut, rotate and cut, rotate and cut. When you're doing that, those notched edges are already in place on one side. I usually go back and then clip the others using that straight edge of my ruler. They just go together a little bit more accurately and with less bulk in your seam that way. Okay. And no waste. And you know what direction your fabric is facing. If we're doing quarter squares, a quarter square is half the height. So if it's a 4 inch, we're going to cut that in half. We need a 2 inch strip with a seam allowance. So 2.5 inches. And then you will position your ruler on your strip, make your first cut, and then work your way down the strip. Make the second cut, rotate the ruler, rotate the ruler, rotate the ruler. And again, you will be much more accurate, and it uses less fabric than the other methods where you're making 2, 4, 8, 16 at a time. And you will get perfect little quarter or half square units. So between using the appropriate rulers that are not slipping and sliding around and the appropriate threads, and of course having the perfect spot to keep them all stored handy on your cutting surface, your quilting projects will be perfect.
Awesome. All right, Jennifer, let me go over the pricing of everything. So there's a lot of things that were showed in this package. And if you have a question of what's included, you can click on the link and go to the page. But also all the items that she showed in the second package can be purchased individually, and it's on sale on our website, and use coupon code Black Friday 10. But if you want in the entirety, we call it Jennifer's favorite Quilter Select products. All those items have a retail value of $355.36. And the special on this is $199.99. And this package, you can use that coupon code Black Friday 10 to save an additional 10% off. And wow, Jennifer, that was a lot of stuff in your favorites.
A lot of stuff. And this particular bundle, if you have a quilter on your gift list, there's probably nothing in this bundle that either A, they don't already have, or B, it's not convenient to have a second one of, particularly, right, the narrow rulers. These are this is one of those rulers that I have multiple because I keep one in my cutting space and I keep one beside my machine. So you can't go wrong for your gift
It's
giving.
okay to have more than one, just like it's
It is.
okay for them to have more than one sewing machine. And
Oh,
I know,
absolutely.
let's do a thumbs up, virtual thumbs up out there. I know I'm getting a lot of those right now. Well, thank you for joining us. I want to give them some
My
information
pleasure.
too. If you want to contact us, if you have questions, you can email us at customerservice@moores-sew.com. That's actually my wife, Lorena, answers that, and she's really diligent to make sure that you get all your questions answered and everything. Of course, you can click on the link and go to our landing page that's made specifically for our Black Friday specials, as well as give us a call at 1-800-865-9664. Jennifer, thank you for joining us.
My
I know
pleasure.
our customers love seeing all these goodies, and these are great gifts for the person that's a quilter, or sometimes the best gifts that you buy are the ones you buy for yourself.
That's right. You want to have the best possible tools for all of those quilts that you are potentially making as gifts.
And I like that. I like that. All right. Well, thanks again. And everyone here, if you have any questions, don't forget to contact us. Bye for now.
Thank you.